Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Movies and Models. I'm your boy KP, and as usual, we got my guy B More in the building. B More, what up, though?
I'm good. It's good to be back. I had to take a week off.
You took a week off?
Oh, y'all held it down, or y'all?
They wasn't even here.
Oh, okay. Somebody held it down.
Patrick left me too. And Corey. I was just in here.
Oh, we was all
fighting for my life by myself in here with my guests.
We was all off last week. Okay, well, I'm back.
I was here sweating. Yeah, you good. Now, welcome back. Why was you gone?
Oh, I had the baby shower. I mean, the gender reveal.
We'll add some applause in there. Congratulations on Brandon having a boy.
We're having a boy.
Having a boy.
Nice. So I'm gonna have one of those in here next year.
We're gonna cut to the camera over there and cut it back so you can see what we're talking about. There. All right, look, I'm happy. We got some special guests joining us, some amazing individuals. First of all, joining us right now, we have actress and model. She travels too. What's that? What's that word when you travel a lot? Travel. It don't matter. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Dominique Monroe is in the building.
Hello.
What's going on?
What's up? She from our area too, Michigan and Chicago, Midwest.
Yeah, Midwest girly.
I'm excited now too. Okay, joining us in the building, sitting next to me is a superstar, unlike other superstars. Okay, a music producer extraordinaire. Okay, an event coordinator for the ages. He's also frat Phi Beta Sigma fraternity corporate. That's why I put this at you motherfucking know we already up in here. We got my guy Points is in the building. He goes by many names.
For sure. You would think I'm like dodging the laws.
Right. Yeah. What's up, man?
Hey, man, everything is good.
You know,
glad to be here.
Thank y'all for showing up on a Thursday, early afternoon. Gotta do it. Now, what we like to do right out the gate, we want to get it cracking here with a couple of little icebreakers. I should have had this pulled up already. Forgive me. Dang, now I gotta find it, y'all. We're gonna cut this, okay? Cause I gotta find it. Here we go. Okay. The world is ending. Dominique, what's the last movie you're watching?
Oh gosh, probably Equalizer.
Really?
3.
Equalizer 3?
Yes.
That's the worst one.
No, it's not. What?
Is Queen Latifah in that one?
No. That's the show. First of all,
she's trash too.
But
no, that's just because that's the movie that's in my head right now. I told you.
We can't.
The last time you watched
Queen from my hometown.
Like 2 days ago.
Same high school.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
Shout out Irvington.
They should have kept the show on the.
What is it about the Equalizer? It's like that's what I want to watch when it's.
I don't know. It honestly, all 3 of them help me go to sleep every night. One of each. Whatever.
Okay. So
whatever.
When the world is ending, you just want to go to sleep and forget it all.
What else am I gonna
So
do?
Denzel push you to sleep is what you're saying. Denzel movies put you to bed by.
Those good movies like that do.
Okay.
That's a good movie to me. May not be to you, but to me.
Right. I like the Equalizer. Equalizer 3 though, I didn't really tap into for that one. I forgot.
You like the one better?
One for sure was.
That one is actually the best one.
It definitely is.
But I like to watch them like 1, 2, and 3, so that's like the last one I watched.
Okay. Good sir. What you got?
Man, the last movie, The World Is Ending. I'ma say 5 Heartbeats.
Okay.
That was a good one.
That's a good one. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Gotta make sure now. You'll be surprised. Okay.
What's your favorite scene in 5 Heartbeats?
No, don't ask me that. No, don't ask me that. I'm one of those people that say I've seen it, and then as soon as I watch it, I'm like, oh, I remember this. So don't do that.
There's one that stands out though.
There's plenty that stands out. What's yours?
It's weird. It might be a little weird. My favorite scene is when they made them put their hands on the car roof.
The sad scene when the police pulled them over.
Never sing it. For you, that's sad.
That's my favorite scene.
I think
the Eddie Kane.
it's a couple of standout scenes now. I think one of my favorites is when the first time they performed after they got their manager and they was trying something different and the piano dude was messing up and then Robert Townsend come knock him over and get everybody cracking and Eddie Kane turn it up on it. Old girl sitting in the chair.
Yeah, I'll say that. That might be my actually favorite scene when Quiet Boy come out.
Quiet Boy come out there.
Yeah, you're right. See? I'll take that back.
I'll make you remember that.
The most impactful one was when they
Continue.
She's like, I don't know.
I forgot you. Dominique, I'll be on you. Favorite childhood snack?
Wait, what?
Favorite childhood snack?
Favorite childhood snack?
Yeah.
Chico stick. That's not a snack, but
I mean,
it's
that's
like
yeah,
a little.
that count.
That's
Shit nasty though, but
It was
that
not,
count.
and it was 15 cents at the gas station. So no, yes, I love.
Brandon, you like Chico sticks?
No.
Yeah.
And Shastas.
I don't know what that is.
It's a pop. Oh wow! And you talking?
I know what a pop is.
Fago.
I mean, I had to look at you to make sure you know what a pot was. I know.
I got
Fago
family.
is
Fago
like
for sure.
but it's Shasta.
Ooh, I never heard
Like a
that.
Fago?
Yes.
He about to look it. I can't even spell it with Shasta. What's yours, Point?
Man, I liked the Drake. It was called Drake's.
Drake. That's what I heard. Drake.
It was called Drake's, and it was a Rice Krispie treat. So not the Kellogg's. It was gotta be from this company called Drake's.
Some off-brand Rice Krispie
treat, bro.
named Drake.
Right. I used to buy the box at the grocery store and hide them under my bed. Like I was in jail.
Nah, that's crazy.
I've
I've never heard of no Drake flavor Rice Krispie treats. It's crazy.
No, not Drake's flavor.
Okay.
The brand.
It was called Drake's was the brand. So if y'all know what that is, maybe
Yeah.
hit it up in the comments. Tell me if they still sell those.
While I'm on you, if you could instantly become an expert in anything, instantly, what would it be?
Instantly became an expert in like maybe like some type of martial art.
Okay. So Bruce Lee shit.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm with that.
You want to be able to handle some stuff.
Bruh, I just want to be able to do what I got
Quick,
to do. They
walk
be doing
around.
crazy shit, flipping and
Yeah,
shit.
oh, yeah.
Some ninja shit. Yeah.
Okay. I'm with that. I can see that. I used to be wanting to be a Power Ranger, so I can see that. Yeah.
That part.
What you got, Dom?
I don't know. An expert in something.
Anything.
I don't know, like cracking codes or something.
Like a hacker?
Computer. Yeah, computer stuff.
Mm, okay.
See, that's all.
Yeah, that's solid too. We need that.
We need to be able to figure out how to send funds over from here to
Crack
here.
into the bank.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
all right, last one.
Crypto accounts.
While I'm on you, Dom, already, who is a fictional character that you would have dinner with, that you would love to have dinner with?
Fictional character that I would have. I don't know. Pass. I don't know.
Denzel and Equalizer 3.
Right.
Fictional character that I would have dinner with.
Could be anybody from anywhere.
Dang.
Movies, whatever. Chris Brown from Stump the Yard.
No, absolutely not. Maybe it would be like Denzel or something. I don't know.
Denzel from what movie? What character?
Ooh,
See?
of Man on Fire.
Okay. Great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah.
I don't know how that dinner would be because he wasn't really talkative like that. He was about his business, but yeah. What you got?
Man, I'm gonna say Forrest from Forrest Gump.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, he probably got mad stories to tell. And he had some bread.
Definitely got a lot of stories to tell.
You know what I'm saying? And he had bread too, so I might be able to
definitely-
convince him let's start something, another shrimp factory or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Like everything he touched really turned to gold. It really worked out.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with that. Those are nice. Brandon, who was yours a long time ago?
I think last time I said, I don't know what I said. Let me make up a new one.
No, actually, Brandon, give me a new hot take. I want a new hot take from you. Brandon be having hot takes. Give me a hot take on TV, film, or something entertainment.
Just off the spot, hot take, entertainment. I got nothing for you this week.
Nothing. I'll give you one. He just said Wale was trash.
Who said
I
that?
didn't
You
say
said
trash.
that?
I didn't say trash. I just said he hasn't made any good songs in a long time.
Yeah. Well, you know.
That's a hot take.
Yeah, got that opinion. But hot takes, do they have to be good or bad, or does it matter?
It don't matter.
What's your favorite Wale song?
Lotus Flower Bar. But he had another one too, though.
Top hit.
I
But
actually did a music
That's a
video
good
with Wale.
there we go. What was it?
It was him and Lloyd. Freak, I forgot the name of the song. It was so long ago.
Yeah. Now, we can roll over into this conversation with this. Because the reason we were talking about Wale is because Kai Cenat, he was streaming during the BET Awards. Wale rolled up on him.
Yeah.
Kai didn't know who he was. Wale kind of got offended by that. Do you feel like that's a reason to get upset because someone in this generation doesn't know who you are, especially if you haven't done nothing as much lately? I don't know. Tell me.
I felt like people was making a little more of that situation than it was. I don't even think he really got upset. He just was like, bro, you got me out here looking crazy.
Yeah, because he went back twice.
People
In the
don't.
car?
Yeah, so he was like, you got me out here looking crazy.
So they passed each other first at in the parking structure and said, "What up?" You know what I mean? Then the internet started saying whatever.
I think they was on his stream like,
Yeah.
oh, that's Wale. He like,
He was like, who's Wale? Whatever. So then when Kyle was talking to Snoop in the awards, Wale came back and was like, hey man, damn, you got me looking crazy out here. He like, huh? He like, yeah, the interaction got me looking crazy. He said, we'll talk later.
How old is Kai though?
23.
Okay,
I think they said the Wale issue that he had with it was that they had did a celebrity basketball game together or something like that on the same team
like last year.
Ago.
But he's not the only one. So I asked that question because
he
Can't
didn't
be
know a lot of
mad at the
people.
YNs because they don't know who Wale is.
He didn't know a lot of people.
He don't know.
I don't think that's a solid reason to be mad. Like he's.
He didn't know Robin Thicke.
He didn't know a lot of people. I agree.
He was like, who's Robin Thicke?
But that's the thing. This generation. So do you feel that that's something that celebrities can have? They can have that kind of ego because these certain new people coming up don't know who they are. Yeah. Like for example, once had at his event, shout out Sunday Playlist, Stevie Wonder pulled up. The amount of people who didn't know who Stevie Wonder was when I was talking to them was crazy to me.
Yeah,
because it wasn't even like why it was like, I mean, different age brackets, but even like close in mind, like you don't know who Stevie Wonder. What are we talking about?
That's actually
I don't
crazy.
know how you don't know who Stevie Wonder is. I don't even know.
How did you get into this event?
How do you? Yeah, I don't know how you. I guess if you over, I'm gonna say maybe 25. If you over 25 and you don't know who Stevie Wonder is,
it's crazy, right?
That's a little crazy.
Yeah.
If you under 25, I kind of could see it a little bit. But if you under 25 and you in music, I can't see it.
Yeah, but even under 25, I'm like, the parents, were they not listening to Motown? Was it?
No.
Dominique, you were
under 25.
No,
my kids don't know who they is. I'll tell you right now.
Oh, you said your kids don't know who Stevie Wonder is?
Oh, wow. Sure don't.
You didn't play any of that kind of stuff growing up.
No, when I was growing up, my parents played that, but I don't play that.
You don't play Motown.
But Stevie is also, for better or worse, like something in pop culture is almost like a little bit of a character. It's like so many jokes. Like even Stevie Wonder could see that. Even that. So it's like even if you don't know this music, you should know about the blind guy that sings. You know what I'm saying? With the dreads and the like. You had to at some point pass something about Stevie Wonder,
and that might catch their attention, but they don't know how great he is.
No,
they don't know what he's done. But you can't be mad at, like you're saying, bro. You can't be mad at this generation, huh?
No.
This generation is just different.
I coach. I volunteer coach this flag football team, and one of the kids is like super into music. He plays guitar, and he was like going to miss a game or something like that because he was like he had a guitar show. And I was like, oh, no, you into music? I'm into music. I write music. I produce music, blase, blase. I was like, oh, look, this guy came to my show the other day, to my thing. And I showed him a picture of me and Stevie Wonder, and he was like, who's that? Yeah. And his mom was like, oh, that's Stevie Wonder, huh? And I was like, yeah. She was like, you don't know Stevie Wonder at all? And he was like, no, I don't know. I think he was like, he started naming the people that he know, and it was like, it was some new people and then some like rock people too. I think that's what it was too. Yeah. But it was just, I'm like, you're a musician and you don't know Stevie Wonder? Bro, you got to go back and study Stevie Wonder. So he did, and he came to me the next week. He was like, oh my God, like this guy Stevie Wonder, this sounds superstition, man. He was like going crazy. I'm like, exactly. This guy is music. You know?
Absolutely. His stuff gets played all the time still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I just want to dive a little bit into that because I know that was like a big topic. I do want to talk a little bit more about the BET Awards or something else that's going on entertainment-wise when we get to it. But movies and models, we like to talk TV, film, entertainment, everything as such.
Nice.
You know, one of the questions we like to ask, what's the last movie seen in theaters and what's your favorite genre?
Okay. So, I got kids. So, I know for sure, 100% that the last movie I saw in theaters had something to do with kids because there's no way I didn't go to, like, that's when I go to the movies nowadays, really. Bless you. So,
you didn't go see Sinners either?
No, we didn't go see Sinners. We didn't go see Sinners yet. I know it's on TV now, so
it is.
We'll watch
Not the same, but it's still.
I know. I wish we went to go see that. So the last one that I went to see in theaters was probably Moana 2.
That was a while ago. You're not even Lilo and Stitch at least?
No, we ain't go see Lilo and Stitch yet. Because my 5-year-old, we just watched the original one.
Yeah.
Maybe like a week ago. To prepare, but then we just never went to go see it. So yeah, the last one probably was like Moana 2.
Okay.
My favorite genre of movie.
Since you do music, I automatically expect you to be like musicals.
No, not musicals at all. My favorite genre of movie is probably biopics.
Okay.
Yeah. I went to college to be a history major. I was supposed to be a history teacher. I'm heavy into like research and history and things of that nature. So yeah, I like bio films.
Yeah.
About musicians?
About anybody.
About anybody.
Yeah.
About anybody.
I definitely was about to say about musicians too, for sure.
Yeah, about anybody.
Yeah. Okay.
Like true stories.
True stories about It make some really good ones. You got a favorite in mind? Did you see? Not the 5 Heartbeats, because I already count.
No, they don't count. I mean,
that you can watch anytime if that come on.
Yeah, not to sound too militant, but Malcolm X was a great movie to me. I loved
the Denzel one?
Yeah, with Denzel.
Okay.
I remember we stayed. we got to stay home from school to go see that.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? My family was like that. Like all my cousins and everybody, we went together and to go see Malcolm X when it came out. That was
nice. They were trying to make sure they taught you something.
Yeah, that was like the thing. We caught the matinee. You know what I'm saying? We be economical about it. Yeah. We all stay home. But still, I really like that one, and I also like. I like the Elvis one.
Okay.
Elvis was dope. Johnny Cash was dope.
Okay.
Those were dope musicals.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Ray Charles was fire. Bohemian Rhapsody was fire too.
Got the Bohemian Rhapsody.
I even like the one some people didn't like, but I like the Bob Marley one too, though.
I didn't even watch the Bob
Marley.
Yeah.
Did you see the Bob Dylan?
Yeah, the Bob Dylan one. Yeah, I love that one too.
Okay. Nice. All right, you be watching some stuff.
Yeah, man.
Okay. What's the last movie you seen in theaters?
I think Sinners was the last one I seen.
You for sure.
Pretty sure.
You saw that for sure.
Yes.
Okay.
What?
I gotta make sure you.
Yes, I seen that. I think it was either that or some Marvel movie with my kids. Like, whenever a new Marvel movie come out, that's where they at.
Yeah, I'm like that too for sure.
So
absolutely. Okay. What's your favorite genre? You personally?
I like action movies.
Nice.
Like I love watching people get hurt. It's weird.
Okay.
Like I don't know. I think I just.
Yeah.
Love watching people get.
You love people getting fucked up. You have a favorite that you can watch?
Like, what's a good action movie?
Yeah. Like what would you recommend?
That I can go home and watch right now. Besides Equalizer 3.
You know what? I watch a lot of the Fallens. Have you seen like Angel Has Fallen, Olympus Has Fallen?
Mm-hmm.
Or what's the other ones? Have you seen like The Mechanic?
Like a transporter and all that shit.
Yeah, all that stuff,
the mechanic, the working man, the beekeeper.
Yeah, just to say them, yeah.
He got a job in every movie he is.
Yeah.
But we whooping, yeah.
I just watched that last night. The Beekeeper.
You like John Wick?
What?
I don't know. Something about. I have watched them, but I'm not. It's not on repeat. It's not like something I'm gonna go back to.
That is crazy. You don't like hand? Maybe it's the hand-to-hand. Have you ever seen? You probably never seen. It's the Ray Redemption. I think is one of the. Put that down. Ray Redemption is one of the best action movies. I think you'll love that. But maybe not because you don't like John Wick though. John Wick is.
You like more of the shoot 'em up, blow stuff.
That's what I'm. Yeah. That's like Fast and Furious.
Yeah, but I don't need to watch Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious is an action movie?
You know it is.
It is?
You know it is.
I think like as they went on, it got more and more.
Absolutely.
Action.
The first two was about cars and romance and love and family.
Yeah.
Now they secret agents, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even understand why.
They're superheroes.
That don't make sense, bro.
It confused me. I was
like really, when you really think about that, the government really gave all them random niggas jobs, bro, to be secret agents around the world.
For sure. Tyrese is flying planes.
Bro, they went to outer space in the last one.
Did they?
Yes. I was Ludacris and Tyrese in a little coupe. That Bow Wow built in a car, bro.
That Bow Wow built.
That Bow Wow.
Okay, yeah, they went
out of space.
Went to outer space.
No sense from the very first one to the last one. It's like, how did you get here?
And I forgot why they had to go to space, but Bow Wow built this rocket on the back of this little car. Him and the other and the white boy from their movie, which was Fast and Furious 3. If y'all ever seen that one.
Yeah, the country dude. Huh?
Yeah. So those two were in the last one.
That's why I fell off.
and it got
Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift. So the Tokyo Drift crew built the car with a rocket on it that Ludacris and Tyrese hopped in that took them to space, bro, to do something.
This sounds crazy.
When 106 in Park was out, I would have never thought I saw Ludacris and Tyrese go to space.
My God,
In
never,
a
bro.
coupe.
Never. And they
Built
probably
by Bow
sitting
Wow.
there built by Bow
Built
Wow,
by
bro.
Bow Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when is enough in filmmaking,
It's
dog?
not for Fast and Furious.
It's not. I
hope
don't even
this
know
is
what's
the last one.
This is supposed to be the last one. I don't know what's going to happen.
Then
When
go ahead and let it
once
go.
movies go to space, that's the end of the whole
It got
franchise.
to.
It has to be.
I'm waiting for Jurassic Park to go to space so we can be done
Yeah,
with
I
that
didn't
shit.
get into Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park never going to space. So BET Awards, did y'all watch those?
I saw clips.
That's a good segue coming from Ludacris and Bow Wow.
Yeah, because Ludacris and Bow Wow were at the BET
Yeah,
Awards.
yeah.
They performed.
Tyrese
No,
wasn't there?
but I didn't.
Tyrese was not there.
Tapped out.
Are you done with the BET Awards and like award shows and all?
No, I really wanted to go, but I was kind of like just mad at somebody, so I was like, nah, I'm not going. But I should have went. It was
Okay.
a great show, I heard.
It was.
And I
It seemed
did
like
go
they
to
stepped it up.
They did step it up.
It seemed like they
Yeah.
stepped
Last
it up.
week we kind of we had a conversation. I brought up like the decline of award shows because the AMAs, which hasn't aired I think in a couple years. This year they couldn't even get any of their guests to arrive. So everyone who won something was not at the AMAs. So
Makes
it was
sense.
a very slow show,
It's
very
not
terrible. BET.
As prestigious.
It was
as
for some, yeah, it wasn't.
AMAs.
But BET did step it up.
They
this
took the
year.
right approach. They hired Kevin Hart.
Hire Kevin. That's a
Kevin
big one.
Hart insisted that they hire Kai
He
Cenat.
definitely did.
And
Now
now,
brought in
so
the-
Kai Cenat was
then he
working
brought
for
off, yeah, then he
Brought
brought
in
in
the-
Drewski.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden you got a winning formula.
Absolutely.
And they
That's
had
a
all
good
the
formula.
stars
Yeah.
lined up.
Because I said that. I was like, they should have just had Kai Cenat host this motherfucker, honestly.
Low key,
To get like
yeah.
the kids. But
Oh,
if they
he was
hired him,
streaming.
then that's perfect.
Kevin Hart made
Them three.
sure that was going to be like, you have to have Kai do it, or I'm not going to host, which is
Good.
which is love. But they also, I think, what they did for BET Awards was like kind of pander to like the millennials a little bit, because you know they did the 106 and Park
Yeah.
segment. I don't know if you saw
25
where they brought
anniversary or something
25
like that.
It was a 25.
But they didn't have like a couple of them wasn't there, didn't show up.
Roxy,
Roxy.
Roxy and AJ.
Yeah, yeah.
No, Roxy and AJ.
And
But
Free.
Free was there.
Free was there?
Oh.
Ain't seen Free in a year. Looking
Yeah.
good.
She still
Pajon didn't come either. Pajon wasn't there. Our homegirl Pajon. Shout out Pajon. She wasn't there.
I don't
But
think they
it
had my boy
worked.
Rodney either. Shout out Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Rodney Rakai.
Oh no, Rodney.
Oh, yeah,
he was in my
yeah,
film. He was in my
yeah.
holiday film.
Dope. Yeah, he hosted
Yeah,
this part for a while.
Yeah, but it was a nice little setup, though. You know what I mean?
I think one of the main things I saw about the BET Awards that stuck out to me was they made them dress up.
I didn't even.
They had a dress code this
Yeah, it
year.
was a black tie event.
So you had to wear suits, or you had to
Black tie
dress up, because you know after a while it had started getting
It
like,
did start getting too ratchet and
little
crazy.
naked,
yeah,
titties and booty
yeah,
cheeks.
yeah. It
And that was
started to
Kevin
look
Hart
like-
too. So what he said, he was like, we have to step up the level of classiness of it. So like, make it a black tie affair.
Yeah, make
Yeah.
it more make people take this shit
Should've
more
been doing
serious,
that, though.
and us make us take us more serious, but also this
He
award.
like,
shit.
if I'm hosting it, we can't be having sexy red out here barefoot and shorts.
It started looking a little crazy, so
Yeah.
I was glad to see that they made them, start to dress up a little bit more. I think that's gonna help with
They should want to.
bringing people back
want
too,
to.
Like you should want to.
It's like raise the level of the event.
bringing our top stars and artists
Yeah.
back to the BET Awards. I think this will go
This was a good
great
step.
step forward towards doing that.
Okay, yeah,
You know
because
what I'm saying?
award shows have been falling off. I hear now they have. You guys will probably be a big fan of this. The Zeus Awards will be coming
Oh, really?
soon. Yes, Brandon.
Can't wait.
Oh wow!
Can't
Oh
wait.
yeah.
I
So
hope that. I hope.
excited.
Wait, they have
do-
this-
I hope
what
they
are
do an
the awards
amazing
gonna
job.
That's what I was going to ask you.
That's
Dominique, what
right
do you
hook.
think the awards will be for the Zeus
I
Network?
don't watch the Zeus Network, so I could not tell you. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Why don't
Best
you watch
fight
that?
is
I
definitely
don't
one.
know.
of
I
the-
just
always
don't.
gonna be
I
Best
just
Fight,
don't.
for
Best fight is definitely one.
What if they
Is
shot?
the
what
Zeus
if-
Network? Is that the Bad Girls thing or back?
Baddies.
Oh
Baddies.
yeah, oh, no.
Baddies for
I
sure.
definitely don't watch. No.
You know,
watch
you don't
that?
mess with that?
No, but my kids do, and they be having me in there like, "Mom, sit down, watch this." da, 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 da." Like,
Really?
I'm not
Best
watching.
lashes.
No.
That's like it's gonna be the categories.
Yeah.
Most ratchet fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what if they do the
Longest
opposite of
weave.
what y'all think they're gonna do? And
Which
like,
which would be surprising,
do
but
excellence
I would
awards.
Which
That
they
would-
which
None of their core audience will like it.
no
hope.
that's
Like,
true.
This is not right.
For audience
They
would not
tune
tune
in at
in for no well put together and established award show. They come in to see the
You know what? the closest thing I can relate it to is have y'all heard of Hollywood Unlocks Awards?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard of
Hollywood Unlocked is like a gossip blog almost, but
their
like,
awards
I went
are
to their
prestigious.
award show and it was like,
It's very prestigious.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But
That's what's the name, right?
that's Jason Lee in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jason
and he
Lee,
does a
yeah.
great job with it. I
It's
don't
a little
know.
different. His
That's
brand is still a little different. His brand is way different
It's a little different.
than Zeus.
Yeah.
I feel like Zeus, yeah, this gotta be ratchet. It gotta be ratchet. It gotta be everything that we said we didn't like about the BET Awards.
Yes.
Which now they may have
The
a
Source
spot.
Awards, basically. You want the Source
They may have
Awards
a spot.
again.
They still have the Source
Source
Awards?
Awards.
They can't have the Source Awards. They don't even got the Source.
I don't know. Yeah.
You think Zeus is gonna be the new Source Awards?
Ooh, child.
Yeah. Or what was the other rap one we had? It was BT Awards, Source Awards, but it's
Hip Hop
another
Award.
Hip Hop
The
Awards.
BET Hip Hop Awards.
Now, those was kind of
It was like the BET Hip Hop Awards took over the BET Awards.
it did.
But that was always in
It was
Atlanta,
like-
right?
So
Yeah,
Atlanta, yeah.
it was like everything was hip hop on the BET Awards because that was the most popular thing in the world. You know what I'm saying, that black people was doing outside of playing basketball or something was hip hop, right? So I can understand the people who putting together the BET Awards. You're gonna have to have all these hip hop people on stage. Like I didn't watch this year, but from the clips I seen, I didn't even see a lot of hip hop performers.
Well, they
Am I
did
wrong?
because they did the 106 apart.
They did,
106
yeah.
apart.
I thought like
So they had
new
Bow Wow,
guys.
There was that's why
Boss Man D-Lo
T.I.
and then like the new type of hip hop.
None of the new folks. It was
Yeah,
all-
see,
it was all-
last year at the BET Awards, I believe like it was pretty much all new
right.
rappers rapping.
And then they also honored Tyler Perry and Jamie Foxx.
Jamie
Oh, I seen
Foxx,
his
Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
I seen his.
That's why I said they kinda
Jamie
catered
Foxx
more-
to that thing afterwards.
That's why I said they kind of cater more to the millennials for this awards, which I
Yeah.
think may work a little better. But at some point, you do have to start putting these newer stars and artists on a grander stage for people like us to see. Because I don't know any of those artists like that. You might die because you got kids, you know. So you.
But when
probably
they
can't watch.
when they put them on there, we don't be liking it. That's what I'm saying. Last year, I think like Sexy Red and Ice Spice and all those type of people performed and stuff. And I know it was a lot of like complaints, like who are these
Yeah.
people and what is this? music?
Which is weird because a lot of people know Sexy Red and Ice Spice. Like a lot of the younger generation. Like,
Absolutely, they're super popular
Yeah.
in this day and age in this generation. Not a big fan.
no.
But
Because
they-
our
but they not
generation is
for me.
turning into the get off my lawn people.
Damn, that's what he be saying.
Yeah, we,
Getting old.
yeah.
Getting old.
We get old.
But my thing is though, I'm like, just because we get old don't mean we don't know what's good, right?
Yeah. it does.
Or is it not good to us?
We don't know what's good
Like-
for now.
Right.
We might know what's good for us,
You don't know
but what's necessarily good for now, no. Because, that's how it was. Like,
I think your
my
parents
mom and
used to
them,
say the same thing.
my mother, like, I don't even know if I want to say this.
I want to say it.
Man, my mom was not fucking with Mary J. Blige.
I was just saying that the other day.
She was
I'm not a
not-
big
That's
Mary
the hot
J.
because he said that the other
I
day.
literally
She
just said that.
when I remember being younger and she was like, man,
No,
she can't dance like that. She was like,
That's a
she
lot.
taking all
You
the
love
old
Mary J.
songs, she taking the stylistics and Shaka Khan, and she
Stylistics.
messing up. It was like, so I know, like
Like, you
every
hate
hip hop
mama.
song that
You hate
came
it.
on, she would be like, oh, that ain't nothing. That's Anita Baker. That's this person. That's that person.
But she's a great actor to me.
Who, Mary?
Not great. She's
She's good. She's
On
good.
her shows,
And
yes.
she's also a legend. I'm not taking that
Yes.
away from her. I just vocally for me, I'm just like, I know. Listen, it's different for you.
I've
I'd
worked with
rather
her.
watch her act
She's
than
dope.
sing.
So I'm not gonna say nothing. But yeah,
Talking about
she said she's a great actress.
Yeah, I'd rather watch her.
Great
sing
actress.
because any second I'm about to bust out the little with her, and every time I wear my little fur coat, they be like,
Because
"Oh, you
great
wanna wear
actors
your
is
clothes?"
like Angela Bassett
Angela Bassett's a great actress.
Yes.
and Denzel and
Yes.
people like that
Leave
are
alone.
great actors.
Not
So
me.
to say Mary is a great actor.
Do you watch
For
Power?
what she
I do
does
watch
on
Power.
Power.
For what she does on Power, yeah,
Musician turned actor.
yeah. If you putting it,
So
that
she would be in your top
I don't
of
think,
musicians turned actors.
I don't
Turned
think
actors.
so. I'm sorry. And I love Mary. And I hope she don't see this one day. Because I don't want to get beat
I
up.
couldn't even give you a
I
top.
don't want to get put in a headlock or something when
Will
I see
Smith,
Auntie.
Ice Cube,
But
Pod.
to say she on Power, some stuff
Queen.
on Power. Okay, when Mary was dying on Power,
Here you go.
Yeah.
when Mary was dying on Power,
Yeah.
What was it?
come on, y'all.
It was
When she was in that,
That was
she was in
tough.
that,
That was-
she was
that
in that
was-
hospital
that
That was a
bed.
weird scene.
When she was in the
oh,
hospital bed.
Yeah, tell me what happened. I didn't see
That was
it.
a weird scene.
I remember watching that with my wife.
Weird how she
Like,
died. It was like an awkward, like, yeah.
Was it Dominique?
Did she get shot up in the room first though? Is that not how she died?
oh, listen,
She
the
got-
whole thing.
shot
That's
in
what I'm
the-
telling y'all. Mary be like,
But she was in the hospital bed for a second.
I
time
don't
she
know, y'all.
died.
I can't say she was.
She didn't look. She didn't look
die
like.
then.
She did- she
died
did her
later.
thing.
She came
Yeah.
back and then
You know
died
what it
later.
is?
She got shot up.
You know what it is? I think out of the people on the show,
She's the weakest link.
no, she might have been one of the better ones.
Okay.
But that don't necessarily
Oh, that
mean
doesn't-
you're great.
Who? Damn. Who else is in that one?
On Ghost say it was all pretty solid.
Dang.
It was all pretty solid.
Look at Dominique like, damn.
I'm saying, like, I'm talking about-
She like, this nigga tripping.
I'm talking about-
Yeah.
I wish
Like,
we
you're
was
saying that
having
she
this
was-
conversation while the
She
show
wasn't
was
that
still
great
on
or
air.
she was one of the better ones on there. And then now I'm looking at all the other actors. Like, if you think that she was one of the better ones, that means
I'm
all
saying
the
out
others
of
was not
the
that
people who
good.
don't really act, right? Like we talking about the musicians.
Oh,
and people
okay.
Like, that. Like we talking about like the Lala, like you know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
those type of
musician,
people.
No.
Well, she's like a personality.
Personality, yeah.
Method Man.
Method Man.
Method Man was
cringes-
dope.
He kind of
Solid.
cringes me sometimes with his
There we
acting.
go.
I'm
Hot
not even
take.
gonna
Look at
lie.
that. People love Method Man.
It's good on
He's,
Power.
no, he's good, but he gives me a little cringe. He's like, I don't know.
He do
Something
that?
about him is just.
I thought he was better than Mary. Mary was a little like, girl, you better get in here and bust you in your head.
Oh yeah.
And it'd be like,
Like married, you just married.
yeah.
Sometimes some people you can't distinguish them from who they
Who
from
the
that.
character
From
was.
that.
It wasn't as bad as like
The character fits her.
homegirl
So,
from what's that group?
Please, sir.
Metal on
Oh,
Power.
you talking about 3LW?
No, she was pretty good.
She was good.
Yeah, I thought she was. That's
No,
what
I
you said
thought
from a
it wasn't
that's
even on
the only
Power.
one I
This is
know.
on the other show on BMF when she had her little role.
Cash Doll.
Oh no, Young Miami.
Young Miami. She was.
Oh.
Look at Dominique. What's
that
up?
was a young Miami.
Even her as a rapper.
That was
That was Young Miami.
Young Miami on BMF.
On
I'm not a
BMF,
fan.
and then her husband got shot or something, and she was like,
So do y'all think that? So okay.
That was bad. That was terrible.
So do you think they should stop trying to incorporate some artists into TV and film who aren't ready to be in that spotlight, or keep it going?
They put them in there because of their name.
Absolutely.
Not even because they can really act. They're
For
like,
sure.
let me throw them in. And then you're like,
and they got to get the
oh,
opportunity.
now I
Gotta
gotta
get the opportunity.
I gotta figure out how to make this person look like they can act. And it's like,
Yeah.
you should have just left her over
Ain't
there.
enough editing in the world.
Right.
We
And you
know.
gotta learn.
But then
We know.
it's taking roles from
got-
the actors.
That's
though,
what I was gonna say
that
next.
want to act.
Bam.
Like,
Yeah.
Young Miami just took somebody part who
Right,
deserves to
like-
be there.
It
You
could've
that's
sold
what
that.
I mean.
Coulda sold that
little
little
bit.
bit. Act like
Yeah,
And could have sold it.
and could have and made it better. And made that performance
they-
better.
yeah.
You know,
That's a whole topic right
It
there.
it is a topic. That's
They're
a
taking
what-
away roles from people that really been putting in the work for this.
Yeah.
Yep. Just because they have a name.
Because they have a name. And then they reuse a lot of the same characters and a lot of different things. And it's just like, okay.
On the Power series, or just in general.
Just in general, like,
Black stuff. in
just
general.
black stuff. And it's like, oh, you just seeing these two be a couple in this one. Now you're seeing these two being brother and sister in this one. It's like,
But you know that's how they used to do. I like this conversation. This dude, you know that's how they used to do that. Remember when it was back in the day with all them rom-coms, Morris Chestnut was in everything,
Yes.
Gabrielle Union was in
Everything.
everything.
And they used the same music.
It was Sanaa Lathan, Tay Diggs.
If I
then
heard
they
that,
change it.
They just changed it.
Change the
Like
movie
it
title.
was
It's the same
Hayden over
cast.
here,
It's
then
like-
they was homies over here. You got Brown Sugar, you got
anything
Right.
Will Packer did.
Will Cat, yeah.
Man, hey.
With
But
Vivica
people,
Fox.
is it not true that people use
Vivica
people
Fox,
though, right?
yeah.
It's like Will Packer probably used his people that he liked, right? For
Right,
the
but
things
like,
that he
bring
produced.
more. There's a lot more black
There's a
actors out
lot
there.
more,
Yeah.
and in that point in time, we were getting the same ones. Delivered from Eva, two can play that.
They
game.
all-
You play that game.
You was getting all the same.
And one thing I know is they always use the same music. I swear, if like Maxwell and Donell Jones, bro,
Oh,
they're gonna be in a black film.
Yeah,
People that 35 and over.
yeah.
It was gonna,
Yeah.
say what. They're gonna be in that one.
The show forever on Netflix. They
Oh, I
was
just saw
They
that.
was using the hell out of some Maxwell or the songs that sound just like that. I'm like, is
Yeah.
this Maxwell or
I
just
just
sound
saw
like
that.
Maxwell?
You think somebody's sitting back there like, you know what? Black people really respond well to this kind of music on other black cinema. Maybe just keep
They
doing
played
that.
the same loving basketball.
Until somebody
Maxwell.
say, we're tired of hearing the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just hit. Because even when I'm like at the show, at the Sunday thing, and I'm DJing, it's like when you get a bunch of black people in of a certain age, it just feels right to play. To play like Donell Jones and Left Eye. It was like that's just the thing. When you think of like a mixer with black people at a mixer, it's like, what is it? It's gonna be like that Maxwell or Donald Jones or one of those
some of them
smooth R&B up tempo joints.
Just throwing like little pieces of back in the day in.
Some people actually been complaining lately about not wanting that anymore. I saw a post that went super viral about how they wish people would stop playing music from like before 2000, like 2000s and before. They don't want to hear any more of that.
What?
They want the newer stuff.
Is it
and
people that are
hitting the same?
Younger saying that?
It might have been somebody younger.
Yeah, that would make sense because they don't understand.
It might have been. Yeah, they don't get
it.
It don't hit
they
the same.
They just hit. Yeah, like when you hit it, like, oh, that's my child.
What song do that for you right there?
I don't know. Why do you keep putting me on? I don't know.
What song make you do that now?
I don't know. I can't think off my head. No, I told you I'm bad with this.
I know. What gets you? What's your song all the time?
Man, I don't have one for myself, but I know one that usually, no matter where I play it at, people gonna respond to it the same every time, and that's "Never Too Much" by Luther Vandross. Soon as that drum,
you was just playing that, right? You was just playing some Luther. Which can go into a real.
I get in moods, and sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I want to hear Luther, and I just
that two-step always.
Brandon feels Luther needs a movie.
Okay. I'm like,
Luther needs a biopic.
I was about to say it. Bio.
But he thinks Jamie should play Luther.
Jamie played Ray.
I agree.
And
Jamie is the greatest.
Did he play the fighter?
He didn't play Mike Tyson. He was supposed to.
The other one.
No,
Muhammad Ali.
That was Will Smith.
He was in Muhammad Ali.
He played. I feel like that was like his little breakout thing to me, Jamie.
And Ali, it was for drama.
Yeah,
it was. It showed people that he can really like.
I'm glad I be in here with people who know movies and they be saying stuff and they be like, "No, you're right. Okay,
I know yeah. But besides Jamie, do you think someone else should? Is there another artist, star, person? Because you want the person to be able to sing too and act,
or at least who has for Luther.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know because you gotta play big. Luther was big.
Jamie could do it.
Be Jamie though because
and I don't think anybody can really do it better.
One.
Who you got?
I got one, and I don't know if they could do it better or not. But I feel like I just saw like them in a podcast interview, and they got emotional about acting.
Woody.
Yeah.
Oh.
He got emotional about acting, and I feel like I would like to see him try
to play Luther.
Listen,
and you know what's sad?
He's a great actor, but he's just like, I don't think he's old enough.
You don't think he's gonna put the weight on? He got to be as old as Luther was when Luther was popping.
I don't even remember how old Luther looked old when he was up popping.
Exactly.
I don't even know.
Everybody did.
30-year-olds. He was 19, looking 38, singing.
He hit the whole range.
30-year-olds in the 80s
was crazy.
All looked like they was 60 to me.
Yeah, Woody.
He's just a young dude that I feel like.
Can Woody sing?
He can sing.
I mean, he did Bobby.
He can sing.
Bobby can't sing. Bobby Rock can't.
I ain't gonna say not. I ain't gonna say
people that did the New Edition movie. They had singers.
They did have singers because Leon sang for. Leon did Bobby. Leon sang Woody's thing.
Leon could play Luther.
Leon could do it.
There we go.
Leon could play Luther.
Leon's fucking Thomas, our guy. I would be with
Leon
that.
Can do it.
Leon
he's an actor,
do that.
and he's an amazing,
Leon
talented
Thomas
singer.
Yes.
You know the other one. What is this?
That big show now. You got.
I'm stuck at Leon.
Luke James.
Luke.
Oh no, Luke. No, I actually like that one.
Yeah.
I actually like that one. I
see who put that weight on.
I actually like.
He can act.
They can do some prosthetics.
Yeah, he can do the prosthetics.
He can sing like a motherfucker. I'm not mad at that.
I actually like that one better.
Luther Bio.
I'm not mad at Luke James.
And then points.
Yeah.
I ain't got the vocal like Luther, but listen.
You gotta let me hear.
You can do. Hey, you know they can. Oh, you going to be there like cut? Oh, damn, what up?
No, I like Luke James. That's a good one.
I like Luke James.
I'm on my brother Leon.
Yeah, Leon.
I'm staying at Leon.
Leon could do it. Luke James.
Leon would murder it.
Yeah, Leon or Luke, yo. You know.
They also got to be comfortable though, portraying everything that Luther.
What do you mean?
The whole story.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about Luther being gay. Those types.
Oh,
that person got to be able to act that. And portray that.
Do we know that for sure?
Man, Luther was gay, bro.
You didn't know that?
No.
Wow.
It's this thing on CNN that's
That's what they say, but Luther never said it.
He never
came out and said it in person.
So that's the thing. So it's like, do you incorporate that into that story?
Well, because
everyone who knows, it's like everyone who know. You know, if you knew like
they did that for Whitney Houston's story. I never knew Whitney Houston was gay until that documentary.
Whitney Houston was gay?
Yeah. Bi. I guess you say bisexual.
Yeah, bi. Yeah, because she was definitely married to.
My mom grew up.
But that
with
was supposed to be.
They weren't back then. They weren't allowed to be openly
gay
and
also
be a superstar. So
also
they had to like suppress that part of it.
I'm learning so much today.
My mom and aunts.
I didn't know.
My mom and aunties back in Jersey, because you know Whitney is from Newark. They all grew up together singing, and I grew up with family who all played instruments and sung, right?
Yeah.
In the church and out of the church and stuff like that. What comes with that was a lot of gay dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like musicians, singers, church, and then my mother was in the house music heavy, so like the house thing that about. Older gay dudes was like Luther in the way where there was like what's understood don't need to be said, and they didn't, and they would purposely not put it out there that they gay, but you just might see them with their boyfriend. You just know, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like he probably just felt like I don't gotta talk about it.
If you're around me, if you know me, you know.
Yeah. As we gotten like now, I would say the 2000s, and now it's like, you know, everybody's like, I'm gay. Like they want to make sure you know. But back in the day, for whatever reason, they just wasn't really on that like that. It was like, yeah, if you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. It's really none of your business.
Also, back then it was messing up careers. I think too.
Oh, for sure.
That's a big thing.
I don't know if Luther could have.
They weren't allowed to. You couldn't be signed to a major label and be gay. You just couldn't.
Plus, it's on your image. Luther, when he's singing those songs, you think he's singing to, you know, the women want to be.
The women want to think they singing him.
Yeah.
They want to know that they want to feel like that Luther is singing to her. Yeah. So it's like you don't want to mess that money up.
Absolutely. Yeah. Piggybacking off of this, good sir, you said you grew up with your parents and your family and everything singing, doing music. Is that initially what got you into doing what you wanted to do?
Yeah. Yeah. My father didn't sing or play instruments, but his brothers did. My mother's whole family sung and played instruments. So my grandmother was a pastor. Everybody was in the church singing, and even at home we had a piano and an organ, like a full. So
you were allowed to listen to worldly music?
Oh, for sure, I was. My grandmother always said this thing. She would be like, she ain't have to be hung up because Jesus hung up. That was her saying, right?
Okay.
Now, she didn't let us perform it, because I remember back when I was 16, I had this opportunity to get signed to Def Jam. Damn. And my grandmother shut it down and was like, if he not singing gospel, he not singing nothing, right? So she didn't.
Granny?
Yeah, she didn't.
What are you doing?
It's all good. That's my nana. You know what I'm saying? She just is how she was on. So she was on. But she didn't mind us listening to it. She listened to it. One of her favorite songs was like, y'all gonna make me lose my mind. That's one of my grandma's favorite songs. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? She was into anything we listened to in New Jersey, right next to New York, Hot 97 or 105.1. She let us listen to everything, but we couldn't sing it. So I grew up listening to everything, gospel, R&B, hip hop, whatever. But that definitely guided me towards like writing songs and singing and stuff. I think I wrote my first song when I was 6. Like 6 years old.
What was it about?
Man, I was copying off of what's that white dude? He had the song When a Man Loves a Woman.
Oh yeah. He was white.
Name.
He was white that did that.
With the long hair. I can't think of his name right now, man.
I don't understand.
Dang, I can see his face, but I can't think of his name.
I don't know. I don't remember who. I don't remember the name.
If y'all remember what it is, man, put it in the comments. But I can't think of his name. But I'm sure it'll come to me. But anyway, I wrote this record at the piano that was kind of like off of that, at least in my 6-year-old brain. It was. And I remember one of my, I guess you would say my auntie, she was going to college at the time and her boyfriend worked in music and he had a studio. So I went to her and I was like, hey, Keisha, can come hear this song I got at the piano. Let me sing it for you. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? I can get me in the studio. That's when I was at 6. That's how I was on. Yeah. She came over and heard it or whatever. I ain't never get in the studio, but but my mom was on that at 6 years old. It's not early.
Yeah, so you knew.
You've been on what you wanted.
Yeah.
Not really though, because I just did it. It wasn't like I thought, oh, I want to be a star or singer or songwriter or anything. It was just like breathing music. You just do it. You do it in church. You sing. You direct the choir. You blase blase, and that was it. As I got older, like I said, teenager, I was like, oh yeah, I think I want to like sing. You know what I'm saying? Then that didn't happen. Shut down. My grandmother shut it down. So I was like, all right, I guess I'm just gonna sing gospel. You know what I'm saying? Write gospel songs. So we had a little gospel group. We went around the whole tri-state area, really singing all over the place. And then when I got to college, I didn't think about singing anymore. It was just about, because I moved out when I was 17, so it was just about trying to hustle, get the bread, get through school, et cetera, and so forth. Like I said, I went to school to be a teacher, and I left the singing alone outside of just in church, because I also did that for money. I was making money singing in church from the time I was 14. Mm-hmm. Like, we would go around, and like me and my younger brother, who's a pastor now, would go direct choirs and do people's praise and worship and get bread every Sunday to do that. So that's what I did. And then when I got to school, 2007, I became introduced about Neo. Oh. Neo wrote "Let Me Love You" for Mario. Yep. And when Neo came out,
phenomenal song. That's gonna always keep Mario employed right there.
When Neo came out as an artist, they was like, "Yeah, he an artist, but you know he used to write songs."
Yeah, I remember.
And I'm like, "Wait, people don't write their own songs?"
Yeah.
I had no idea. I'm like, "Wait, what you mean he used to write songs for people?" He was like, "Yeah, he wrote "Let Me Love You" for Mario." And he made a lot of money doing that. Like Neo, he already was lit.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, you could make a lot of money writing for other people and being in the background?
Yep.
I'm like, I don't got the church ain't got to get mad at me if
they don't got to
write the songs for somebody else.
Yeah.
So that was 2007. That was the year before I graduated college. I started writing songs, and I started interning at studios and like getting people coffee and doing all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy shit, but
you gotta do it.
Yeah, that's what I did for it. It didn't take that long. In the grand scheme, I know people who have been trying to get into the industry for years, like 10, 20 years. It took 3.
Yeah.
It took 3. 2007, then 2010, I got my first placements.
What was it? How'd that first placement go? For people who don't understand and don't know, I got Corey back there. He produced as well, so he understands that.
Yeah.
Somebody like me, I'm like,
So everything is God ordained. I always say. A kid that I knew from playing and singing in church, he was a producer. His dad was a producer. His dad did "Holiday" for Madonna, and this kid did "Flashing Lights" for Kanye West. He did "Entourage" for Marion. So his name's Eric Hudson. Eric Hudson's from Jersey. My cousin Drew, Andrew Clifton, was working with Eric, and he told Eric like, "Yo, my cousin A-Rod, he been writing songs." Like, he's good. And then Eric was like, "Oh, tell him to come over to the house." Nice. Now, Eric is like a year younger than me. So we all like 20, 21 years old, but Eric is lit.
Yeah.
He already got his first deal when he was 16, you know what I'm saying? He made super money. So we over at the crib, I played him some records. He's like, "Oh, yeah, nah, you dope." Like, start coming around with me places. So I got a buddy pass from somebody in high school. No, it was Continental at the time. They hadn't even changed.
I don't even remember that.
They haven't changed. Continental became United.
Oh, okay.
So it was Continental. Dude I went to high school with, worked for them, like putting bags on the plane. He sold me for $3,000 I lied on my taxes, said I had kids. I got $3,200 back. I gave him $3,000.
Okay.
The IRS came back and hit me for $45.
Oh, damn.
Like, nigga, you lied. Don't do that. Don't do that. But unless you gonna do something with it, because I gave him that $3,000.
It worked. Yeah.
I gave him that $3,000. He gave me the buddy pass. It allowed me to fly all over the country for $25.
For a year?
For a year.
Yeah.
Can't knock that.
Yeah. And then anywhere in the world for $50.
Can't knock that.
So I started following Eric around. Yeah. Go to Miami, go to Atlanta, come to LA, go to blase blase. The whole time I'm working at the college as an admission counselor. I'm telling them I'm sick. I had the flu like
you about to lose your job.
Wasn't sick, yo.
I had the flu like 40 times. I don't know what this is.
This nigga's on his way.
I had COVID.
on his deathbed.
I had COVID 10 years before COVID. It was lingering.
Everybody was in there praying for you. Gotta pray for A-Rod, y'all. He's sick again.
So I'm going around.
Thank God Instagram wasn't out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Caught red.
I'm going around and shit, and I'm following him. 2009. I'm like, I tell him, because it's been 2 years pretty much of traveling around and trying to get on, not really nothing happening. I'm like, bruh, I think I'm about to have to stop. I'm like, they had some like, like the head of student affairs and shit, had that type of shit come available at the college. I could have went from admissions to that. Yeah. A lot of my other frat brothers and friends is going to grad school and getting positions. And man, I'm like,
meanwhile, I could sick all the time.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm broke. Not broke because I had a pretty good salary, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to keep getting rejected. Yeah. I could just do this for the rest of my life and like work in higher education or something like that, or get a master's or whatever. So that was January 2000 and that was December 2009 going to 2010. And he was like, bro, don't quit. He was like, give it 6 more months. Give it 6 more months. I'm like, bro, I don't know. He like, give it 6 more months. So literally in May, he hit me and he like, yo, I'm about to work on Jamie Foxx's album. He was like, I'm doing like 6 or 8 songs on it. You come to LA and let's try to get on. Try to get on the project. I'm like, all right, I'm coming.
You ain't turning that down.
Yeah, I came out here and crazy enough, that night, this is talking about the God ordained thing. That night, Jamie usually had writers around. Jado, Lonnie Burrell.
Yep, Lonnie.
Like, they always was around. But for some reason, this night, when I got here to LA, nobody was there. Except for actually Lil Marcus, who sang background for Jamie. Marcus Anthony. Marcus was there.
Oh, yeah. I know Marcus.
Yeah, but he don't write. Really not like that. Yeah. So I come in the studio, Jamie's in the booth, and he's trying to redo a song from Natalie Cole because he sampled this Natalie Cole song. And he cursed. He was cursing on it. And she wouldn't clear it because he was cursing. So he's in the booth and he's trying to come up with new lyrics. Marcus is sitting there and I think it's like they're trying to get to the club. It's a Friday night.
Oh yeah, they're trying to turn up. Jamie gonna turn.
Me and Marcus is talking and Marcus is like, oh, you Eric Boy? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, what you do? I'm like, yeah, I write. I'm a songwriter or whatever. He's like, you got any placements? I'm like, nah, I ain't got no placements yet. He was like, oh, all right, cool, dope. So, we just kicking it. It started to get about 11:30. Yeah. 12. Marcus is getting a little antsy. Yeah. Marcus is like, I'm trying to get to the club. Right. So he come to me, he like, hey, why don't you help him? I'm like, help who? He like, Jamie. I'm like, nigga, this is Oscar winning Jamie Foxx. Yeah. I'm not about to insert myself in this shit.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm just like, he like, man, fuck that. He went to the control board, pressed the button, was like, hey, Jamie, Eric Boy, a songwriter. He was like, you want him to help you?
Damn. You ain't got no choice. You got to be ready.
Hey, work.
This is what it's about.
Yeah.
You got to be ready.
Hey, Eric Boy, a songwriter, you want him to help you? And Jamie like, yeah. So I'm like, all right, bet. I had been sitting here for an hour and a half. I already got the damn song. It's in my head already. I know what the lyrics are. So I come to the joint and Jamie's like, what you got? I'm like, this, that. I spit the whole thing. He like, fire. All right, let's go. Now, literally within 3 hours now, Jamie Foxx is asking me what I think about takes. Like, yo, should I sing that again? I'm like, yeah, get that part again. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm there now. I'm in there. So after that, we do that one joint. When Jamie come out the booth, he tell Eric, he's like, yo, your boy dope. Bring him back. And that was it.
It's history.
I ended up with 2 songs on that album.
Shout out to you, Marcus Anthony.
Shout out to Eric, Marcus,
Jamie.
But people don't understand how dope of a celebrity Jamie Foxx is.
Absolutely.
Just
so dope.
So down to earth.
Absolutely.
He really is.
Just like one of the coolest individuals, bro. And he like really...
Every time I hear a story about him, it always amazes me, but it just also never amazes me.
Because you don't
just
expect
confirms
that.
what it is.
Because he's one of the biggest of all time. So that's always my thing too. I'm like, if the biggest of all time can be as cool as he is and act the way that he acts, 2 individuals, some of y'all other motherfucking people gotta check yourselves.
Absolutely.
To a degree. And y'all egos.
Because he could have been like, Oh, he writes songs? Cool.
Cool.
I got it.
Fuck out, yeah. Fuck I care
Right
about
for me.
that.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But nah, he was like, listen, if you got talent and you in the room, contribute.
Yeah.
Contribute. You know what I'm saying? And it's going listen, now if I sucked,
Then I
I might
would've been
not
a
have,
different
he
story.
wouldn't have said bring him back. You know what I'm saying?
would've been
But
different.
thankfully I had my bag that day.
Yeah,
You feel me?
yeah.
So we ended up staying at the crib for like 2 weeks and I ended up getting on that project and
And you
that
knew
sparked
LA,
everything.
LA, I gotta stay here.
Well, no, I was still going back and forth. Right after we did Jamie, then I did Mary J. Blige with Eric.
Mary J.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I did sessions with Mary. Ended up with a record with her that I was a part of. Was a single on her, and then me and Eric had our little fallout. Like you know how that goes sometimes when you young
Yeah.
and somebody is kind of like helping open the door for you. Sometimes, and for me, I'm big on respect. You know what I'm saying?
Which is fine, which as we all should be.
Yeah, I'm big on respect, and and at the time, it wasn't giving me the respect as a man that I felt like should just be given to people, right? So I had to remove myself from that situation, and I did, and then I had to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when I came out here, it was SLS hotels and the Palazzo and all these places that the studios and the record companies was paying for us to be at, and Jamie Foxx house and et cetera and so forth. And then your connection to it
It's gone.
is severed.
Yeah. Now you gotta
But
figure it
my
out.
real connection was always God, and I always knew that.
Oh, yeah.
So I never worried about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm just gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
And I did. I ended up linking with another producer, and we went on to do like a lot of amazing things. My biggest hit records came with another producer. So yeah.
All on the path that the Lord has set out.
Yeah.
You know, Dom, you were raised in church and everything too growing up,
I
huh?
was.
Yeah.
Grew up in Baptist church. I was in the choir. My family
So you
sang.
were
My mom sang. My brother sang. I mean, I could hold a tune, a little something. I'm not really a singer.
You didn't lead the solos.
No, I did one.
Okay.
And I was
What was it?
scared. I don't remember. Okay, it was a long time ago. But
This little.
no.
She had
It
her
was
own
like,
song.
I'm going up to yonder or something like that. It was
I
something
was
like
just thinking that.
It
in
was
my
something
no
like
cap.
That's like a number one funeral.
Yeah,
song.
and so I was like,
It's going up yonder.
the whole church was staring at me. I'm like, they're like, you can do it, Dominique. You can do it.
They're very supportive.
I can't. I did it.
You did.
But it was cool. But it was like, that's not what I want to do. I could.
Yeah. Did you know from an early age that LA is where you wanted to be, and the acting and entertainment?
You want to know
was
what's
your
funny?
thing?
As a kid, I thought I was already an actor. Like I thought people were already watching me. Like RTV, I thought I was watching people and they were watching me. So my family would be like, she's
you was on some other
she
shit.
was she's
Okay.
always doing this,
Yeah.
whatever. And I'm like, so they can't see me? And my mom was like, no, fool, they can't see you. And I was like, oh, well, I wanna act. Like, I don't know, I just whatever. And then my whole family's in music. My mom used to be a singer. She was about to be signed with Motown. She was in some kind of girl group, but then she got pregnant with my brother, so she didn't do that. My brother was a singer.
She mad at your brother all these
No,
times?
I actually just asked her, like, don't
that
you
not how
wish
it
you
works?
could have
No.
just kept going? She's like, yeah, I wish, but you know.
But your brother, god damn it, he
Yeah, I'm
can't.
like, dang, Steve, we could have had a famous mama, all that. Look at. No, but so yeah, all my brothers do music. I mean, I'm in the studio here and there, but I'm more so rap than
Oh,
yeah.
I just learned that right now.
Yeah,
I
no.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did not know that. What
I just do it because, like, my brothers did it. So they was like, come on, Dom, get in this. And I'm like, all right.
you hardcore
I was like,
rap
you can
too,
write it,
huh?
I'll rap it because I'm not a writer at all.
Okay,
But
that's
if you write
fair.
it, I can rap it.
Yeah.
They got you rapping hardcore too, huh? Shoot a nigga up. Bang,
No,
bang,
no,
bang,
no,
bang,
no.
no. Like, damn, Dominique, that's you?
Chicago drill.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Oh, because she is from
no.
Chicago too.
No, I didn't do none of that.
Sound
But I actually,
Asian
like,
Dom.
I wrote a
Pretty
song.
girl rap.
Yeah, like a female future is like that.
Oh.
That's how I like
That's
to.
interesting.
That
I
is
wrote
interesting.
a song about my ex, and it was off of, I think it was Kaylani's, I forgot the name of it. Dang.
That's okay.
We gonna pull that
Oh,
up.
we don't worry. We gonna pull it up.
I don't mind it though, but I
Okay.
wrote a whole song, and it was called Long Distance Lover. That's that one. And my brother did it with me,
Nice.
and he helped me write it, and I did it, and I was like, okay.
So so essentially rapping was where you were going to be
No,
leaning toward.
I was always gonna be a model. an actress. Like, I just knew from a young age, I was like, it's not that I like being the center of attention, but I like when people are like, oh, she's good. Like that. So at 14, I got discovered for modeling in Michigan. And I went on from that. I did like a couple like little shows in the city that I was in. And then I booked burlesque, right? But I couldn't do it because I was pregnant. So with my first son, so
you got mad at him?
No, I didn't get mad at him. But what I did was I packed up and moved out to LA and started doing that. And then I got into Playboy.
Did you?
I got into Playboy.
I gotta start researching on y'all when I do these things. What the fuck?
I got into Playboy 2010 to 2012, but just as a bikini model. Like when I first got there, remember how I told you I don't like being like on camera so much to where they're like asking me questions and I don't know what they're about to. That's what they did there. They like swooped me up as soon as I got there, put me in this lawn and all these cameras on me and they were asking me questions and I was just like this. Mind you, I was like 23 at that time. So I'm like...
It was a lot.
Yeah, and they were like, oh, do you want to be Hef's girlfriend? I was like, no. And they're like, well, we love your look. Would you please just become a bikini model, whatever? So I did that for 2 years. And actually, that's how I met Jamie. And But me and Jamie kind of lived next to each other. I lived in Thousand Oaks and lived in Westlake. And we actually worked out at 24 Fitness together. So when he saw me, he was like, I've seen you before. And I was like, yeah, I've seen you. And then so I used to go hang out over there, but not on some kind of crazy stuff.
Oh, you would have never thought that. I hang out at Jamie. Let me say something. It's the most fun.
But I've had
Jamie crib
fun
is
time.
fun.
Absolutely.
I met you at Jamie crib.
Everybody crib is fun.
But when I first moved here, they were like,
you
you said you've been to Jamie's house. And I was like, what?
Really?
Yes, that's what I always used to hear. And I'm like, he was always very respectful to me. Like, introduced me to people. I actually met Denzel over there. I met, like, my cousin is Mario Van Peebles. I met him over there for the first time ever. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Look at that. And then did they, even with you, that's another question I want to get to. The people that you guys have encountered since you've been out here, have there been any, what is it, Brandon, like advice or any kind of affirmations given to you from people of that stature? Like, have you had a conversation with James like, I really want to act. You're great. This, music wise. Hey, Mary, what do I do? Hey, Jamie.
I mean, I definitely got a story that comes to mind quickly. Like, at Jamie's house, in one of these type of party situations that we're talking about. This is while we're working on that album. And like I said, I'm new. I don't have no placements. I ain't got no money like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm on unemployment at this point. Like, so I'm just got a little bit of bread. I ain't got no money, right? And I'm somebody nobody knows. And I remember there being like a bunch of girls in the studio, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, being like in nobody's face. And I was kind of shy. I was kind of to myself. I was kind of reserved. And I might even try to holler at somebody, but you know how it is. It's like, well, who you? What you do?
Yeah.
Nobody. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on. Like, type of thing. And I think he peeped it.
Jamie did.
Jamie peeped it. And he pulled me to the side. He was like, hey, let me tell you something. Don't shrink yourself in here with these girls. He was like, you talented. He was like, yo, you super talented. He was like, that's enough. He was like, the money and anything else gonna come later, but like, walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out there. You just as popping as everybody else in this room.
Yeah.
You don't gotta have nothing behind your name to be you, and you talented, and that's all you need to be. And I was like, all right. I've been getting girls ever since. I
mean, that's the confirmation you need.
Yeah. But that was it. He definitely peeped it. He was like, hey, don't let them sit here and like play you. Yeah. Yeah, if you in here, you deserve to be in here. Yeah. So act like it.
I think mine was like, don't get discouraged. You can get lost being in LA. Mind you, I'm coming from Michigan and I'm a mom of 3 and they were little babies. Yeah. And I haven't been around this many celebrities. And so this is all new. Playboy introduced me to all that. Like, and I was like, oh, so you mean to tell me I can talk to this person if I wanted to or whatever. So it was more so like, don't get lost.
Yeah.
Stay on your path or whatever. And, you'll be great, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Because you said your mom got pregnant and then that kind of like killed her dream of like being a star. when did you feel the pressure of that when it was like, oh no, I'm pregnant, I don't want to what happened to me to happen to my mom, I'm gonna keep chasing my dream.
So funny enough, when I got pregnant with my third child, I looked at my body and I was like, God, if you give me stretch marks, I'm just not gonna be a model. I'm gonna keep having kids. And after I had my third kid, I was like, oh, I don't even look like I have any kids. I'm going after exactly what I want. And I literally, my daughter was like 3 months. I packed up my car. I came out to LA. We drove out here. Found me a place.
3 kids?
3 kids. Well, I just brought my daughter. Left the boys at home for a second. And brought her out here, got a place, went back, got the boys, came back, and then I broke up with my ex. And I was like, all right, I'm good.
I feel like it takes a lot of courage.
It was ending anyways,
does take a
but
lot of
I
courage
did need the
to
help.
move out here with 3 kids and
Hell yeah.
and be like, I'm still going after my
But because of what my mom did, I knew I wasn't never gonna not chase my dreams because she sings all the time and I can tell she misses it. So I look at that and I'm just like, ain't no way. My kids are not about to. No, they gonna see their mom still going. I'm a single mom, like raising them by myself out here, like, and still went and did what I needed to do or whatever. I had like obstacles and stuff I had to overcome, but you know, I got up and left.
That's a mindset.
Yeah,
a lot of
you gotta
people
like
don't have
really
that
want it.
mindset to even just leave their surroundings to go to another state.
People are too scared, or they need family, and it's like I get this to this day. Oh, I wish your kids grew up. I'm like, yeah, but y'all didn't want to do nothing.
Yeah,
I wanted to do something.
Yeah,
I see how I grew up. I want something different from my kids, so
yeah,
I left.
yeah. That makes sense. Hey, that makes sense. Brandon, what was your next one? I feel like you was about to ask something else too.
No, I was just curious on how that worked out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's
huge.
huge.
That is huge. And then, but you now too, points with cause you have a family now too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, also, having family, or do you instill the traditions and the same thing when it comes to the music and the entertainment realm of things into their life, or is that just something like y'all gonna do this because this is what I'm gonna be doing. This is what we've been doing for years.
So my son is already like he's in college for a theater. I brought my kids whenever I was on set or whatever. I brought them around. My daughter loves modeling, all that stuff. But my son actually was just with me a couple years ago. We shot this show called Legacy, and he played in it. They needed a kid, and he just happened to be there. So his very first role was with Ving Rhames.
Yeah.
Playing his son, and Ving came up to me and was like, "Don't let him stop. He's great. Continue to."
Oh, right.
So
you can edit.
I can't even tell if she's awake or not. Though.
Okay.
She kind of
turned.
She turned over. She said, "Let me get comfortable."
Amory. Yeah, what's she?
You got a game or something for
I did. I just texted to y'all. It's normally on Movies and Models we have like a little segment towards the end, like a little top 5 type of situation. I have top 3, and I don't know. I don't have anything to call it, but fictional artist. What 3 would you prefer to see if you can go to their concert? Look at your phone.
Out of these people,
Don't have to be from this list because there's so many. 5 Heartbeats could be. Well, they was real though.
No, they weren't real.
They were.
Oh, they weren't.
No, it was based on somebody.
Oh, okay. They could be one. Powerline. There's a lot more, but I just
Artists. Okay.
Fictional artists.
So
no, half of these ones that you got on here.
you don't remember. You remember the white boy from Malibu's was wanted. The crew from Empire.
Oh, Dreamgirls.
Dreamgirls. Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Real group
You got
too.
the Cheetah Girls. Oh, Dreamgirls. I don't know why they put that on there then. Powerline from Goofy Movie. Scott Pilgrim. If you ever seen that.
Yeah.
The Wonders
I
is
got
my
one.
shit.
It's
What
not
you
on
got?
here, but I think I got one.
Okay.
Yeah, fictional character that I would go see perform. The Ninja Turtles when they did their
With
performance.
Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, when they did their performance. They was
Go
killing it.
Ninja, go Ninja.
It was
go.
on Oprah when I was a kid, and I was mad as hell I wasn't in that audience when the Ninja Turtles came to perform.
Hey,
Oh man,
Hey, that was a big
Yeah.
one.
I would see that. I would see that.
You remember that too?
You know, I'm tired of you doing it.
What? Look, I'm learning here. I am flabbergasted. Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze, but who else would you see, Dominique? I'm definitely going to see Powerline from a Goofy movie, bro. He was like Michael Jackson, basically, for that.
I don't know.
Yeah, Powerline
And The Wonders.
and Five Heartbeats. I would go see that.
I would see The Wonders, too. I like that movie. That Thing You Do. Y'all probably never seen that.
Yeah, that was my joint.
Yeah, I used to love
Alvin and the
that had
Chipmunks.
probably my favorite actor.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks was one, yeah. That was my shit. I like that song. Alvin and the Chipmunks?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I'm definitely was into Alvin and Chipmunks, so I could see that too for sure.
It was a lot.
There's
That show was good.
They had their little bands and stuff.
And I also don't know if Disney characters really count that much because, like, do they count? Because they all were singing.
Because then they turn into real star. Like, talking about, like...
No, like the actual, like,
Well,
would
because you
watch
got
Princess
Hannah Montana
Diana?
on here. She's
Oh,
Yeah, Hannah Montana. That was the show. So her, not Miley, but Hannah.
yeah.
Julie and the Phantoms would be one for me, too.
I didn't watch Hannah Montana. I think I was a little too old.
Yeah, you might
I was already off the porch.
Yeah, you would.
I think I watched it because of my sister.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. Carmen the Hip Hopper, remember that?
Terrible.
yeah. I do remember that.
Terrible.
Yeah.
That wasn't good. Jack Dorsey's band. I'm like, I don't even remember which. I remember Beyonce. I don't remember Jack Dorsey in that.
Yeah.
You don't remember the Beats from Doug?
Josie and the Pussycat.
Oh, I watched that when I was a kid.
The Blues Brothers? You don't remember them?
I used to watch a lot of Cartoon Network. Blues Brothers, yeah, I know the Blues Brothers for sure.
Huh.
Yeah, it was a lot.
And you know who was good? That character that Will Ferrell used to play on Saturday Night Live. It was him and his wife, and they'd be like,
Oh,
"Are you
they
out
be
there?
singing. Yeah,
Johnny,
yeah.
are you out there?
Yeah, they did.
We gonna do a new one.
Yeah, they did Kendrick recently.
Yeah, that joint. Don't
See?
motherfuckers-
Yeah.
I gotta watch that.
It would be funny. Okay, I mean that was it. That's a simple little thing I just threw on there. 'Cause I was like, music, people, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think that was that bad. Dominique don't remember any of them like
I
that.
don't. My mind
Good
goes
talking
like
about it.
very quickly. Sorry. I
Yeah?
feel like
What was your favorite cartoon? Let me ask that because Points used to watch a lot of cartoons.
cartoon, probably the Tweety Bird
Huh?
and oh my gosh, what's the mouse in the Tom and Jerry?
Huh?
That's what I
Old
can
school
think
Looney.
of.
They wasn't even. Were they Looney
That's what I
Tunes?
can think of.
Looney Tunes is the Tweety Bird, yeah. But I mean, they also had
Yeah,
Tiny
Looney
Tunes
Tunes,
too.
Tweety Birds, yeah.
Who?
Haley likes Tweety Bird.
People love Tweety Bird and Hello Kitty.
And Hello Kitty.
For sure.
I don't.
Because I remember having Hello Kitty and Tweety Bird, like little stuffed animals.
Okay. Points. What's something you would tell people who are aspiring to even get close to the level that you've gotten on through these years?
Learn as much as you can about it. Learn as much. The knowledge is really the difference that's going to separate you from where you're trying to go.
Not the talent.
Not the talent. Not the talent. It's the knowledge of. I mean, the talent. You should have some talent in it, yeah. But you can even bypass the talent if you know. If you know how to write a song, then you might not need to be blessed with the gift to write a song. If you just know how to put songs together, like right, what works, what doesn't work, have a crazy knowledge base of songs.
Yeah.
Because a lot of this, everything, we all walking around, we pretty much AI, all of us, right? And that's just based on the information that we've taken in has formed the people that we are. That's it. The more information about a thing that I take in, that's the better I'm going to be at the thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, yeah, that's what's helped me is like knowing the songs from the past, knowing how to put them together, knowing what people want to hear, you know what I'm saying? Musically, like that's super important. Then a second thing I would say is just perseverance.
Keep going.
Sticking to it.
Sticking to it, because it's tough out here for sure. Dominique, what about you?
I would say don't get discouraged. Like, I've had moments where I've gotten discouraged, and so you gotta, like, don't let that stop you, because you know how you were just saying you're about to quit, and your blessing was literally right there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, don't get discouraged. Keep going and perfect your craft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think a lot of people nowadays, in this generation, don't have that mindset of knowledge or perfecting their craft? They're just doing things more so to just.
Yeah.
Oh, she's awake now. You can't even see.
Even when I took the glasses off, I can't see.
I can't either.
Okay. Wait 1 second. Go ahead.
Yeah, but nowadays it's not more so about learning the craft or figuring out the knowledge. Everybody's kind of just how do you?
I think it's because of it's always like it's not what you know, it's who you know. And so people get like for the ones that are like really actors out here who can't get that job like we were talking about earlier because of Young Miami getting some because of who she knows and whatever. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people get discouraged because of that too. So you have to like don't let that come into your head or come into play or whatever. Yeah. But
I think technology changed it. Technology has made it easier to do everything.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, back in the day, if I wanted to cook something, I'd have to know how to cook. But now, with the microwave and all that type of stuff, right? It's just, you can down cook something. Like my 5-year-old thinks she could cook because she could put something in the microwave. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing in every aspect, especially like with music and stuff. It's like, you don't really need to know how to play. Because now you can just get samples and pull it in. Or
Does that bother you?
Have AI. It doesn't bother me because it's just the way of the world. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Like if it's at your fingertips, you might as well use it. Like that's just how it is. We used to have to get 18-piece bands in the studio with Quincy Jones era to make a song.
Yeah.
And then when we got to Timbaland and those people, they were able to not have to do that and to program it using a keyboard. And now we're at the point where you don't even need a keyboard. You can just type in a prompt and then it's going to give you a horn section with 18 horns in it. Yeah. So it's just as it goes on, but it also makes people feel like, everybody can do it. Anybody can do it. Which cheapens it a little bit and it doesn't make you have the respect for it that somebody else has for it because they just put in a lot more hours to learn it. So,
oh, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my little baby.
We wrapping this one.
That's it. Wrap it up.
Yeah. Dominique, can you let everybody know where they can find you, what you got coming up next?
Well, you can find me on Instagram and YouTube. Mm-hmm. Instagram is Dominique_Monroe. My YouTube is Dominique Monroe. Right now, what do I have coming up right now?
Auditioning,
just trying to get my
shooting some shit with us. Okay,
with them.
She about to be in our next joint.
Definitely want you guys to see my face a lot more, so I'm definitely taking the steps for that to happen. So
thank you.
Be on the lookout.
Mm-hmm. And good sir.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram at I Get Points. You can find me there on and also at Sunday Dinner.
Oh yeah, let them know.
Sundays in Woodland Hills, in California, and that Instagram is Sunday Dinner Playlist. I host that every week, every Sunday, and
it's phenomenal.
I have to come check that out.
It's the only place.
Yeah,
it's the only place to go.
Live
music for our community,
R&B, and it's been growing crazy. Like we had over 200 people last week. Wow. So
just make sure when we come in that thing, move everybody out the fucking way.
Right.
I don't want to pay attention here. Dominique, there when we come, we in there.
And I'm still writing for people who got records coming out on a bunch of different artists, and even working on my own project. So
nice, my God. Well, thank y'all. Be more, let them know too.
I am Be More on everything. Y'all know where to find me. Check out my links. New stuff coming every week.
Okay, she's had enough.
Oh yeah,
okay.
She over now. Go get it. Go on and get it.
But she did a great job.
She made it the whole way.
She made it the whole way.
She can sit with you on this next segment. Oh, the choice. You remember those days, Dominique?
Ooh, yes, I do.
With 3 of them by yourself too.
I kind of was lucky. I don't know. My kids were not like, they didn't give me a hard time.
2 boys, 1 girl?
2 boys, 1 girl. A lot of people were like, and plus I had a nanny. I will say this. I did have a live-in nanny. So, but I did. And, but still, even with that, they didn't give me a hard time. They were fun kids. Like, even to this day, like, they're like my friends, but they know I'm their mom still. But
like
we kiki a lot. Like, I don't know. It's not like their dad's not in the picture because he is, but he just lives in Michigan. Yeah. So the kids go away for the summer. So I have my breaks that go away from summer or Christmas break and spring break sometimes. But for the most part, it was just me and I mean, they were kind of easy. I don't know. I just didn't. I didn't get the struggle that much. Like, I don't know.
Kudos to you. Kudos
What's up
to
with
you. Everybody, that has been Movies and Models. I'm your boy KP. Thank y'all for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, follow the channel on Colorblind TV. You know what I mean? Thank you to Patrick and Corey back there. You know what I'm saying? And look, slide in their DMs, let them know what you want to see. And let us know how much you love. That's it. We out.